Hey guys, Kiko here. So I was about to organize my guitars. It's a big mess here. You cannot see because I'm too embarrassed to show you the big mess cases and guitars and guitars here. So I decided to set up the camera to show you the guitars that I have in this room. You know, I have some guitars here, I have some guitars in storage, I have some, maybe 3-4 guitars at home. I have guitars in Nashville with the Megadeth equipment there. I have some guitars in Brazil, but those guitars, they are here with me. So any time that I feel like playing guitar, I have those guitars here to choose or to inspire me, you know, and yeah, so I decided to show you what I have around me, you know. So let's start with this one. This one is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Kiko 200. That was painted especially for the tour that we did now, August, September 2021, right? So it's a Kiko 200. It's beautiful, with this beautiful painting. Let me know if you like this sunburst, because I might ask Ibanez to, you know, make more of this one, right? So this was especially done in at the LA custom, you know, custom shop. It's kind of, you know, beat up, you know, from the tour. Yeah, this one, you know, that's like kind of my day-to-day guitar, Kiko 100. It's like all the specs from the Kiko 100. The Kiko 200, also all the same specs of any Kiko 200. You can find the specs on the Ibanez website. So Kiko 100, Kiko 200. I also brought this one from the tour. Now that you've seen the video with Tosin Abazi, and he mentioned that I should try the Fishman pickups. So I saw that Ibanez had this model here with the Fishman pickup, so I decided to, you know, try it out. The Fishman active pickups, and I set up the guitar so I can practice more, you know, tapping, you know, 8 strings, kind of 8 strings, no, like 8 fingers, 8-finger tapping technique, and that's the idea. So the setup, like, is, I don't know if you can see that, but like the action is like really low, but you still can bend, I guess, kind of, but it's not the idea. It's mainly to practice, you know, tapping. And this one, like a very traditional tele from LSL. The model is T-Bone. Yeah, it's a present from Lance. It's a beautiful, beautiful tele. Sounds amazing. And every time I want to feel that, you know, tele sound, very traditional, that's the guitar. I have some AZs here, you know. That's a prototype. Let me know if you like this color, because I'm thinking about to have this guitar as my new model. So yeah, let me know in the comments here below. Beautiful. It feels good. Yeah. This one, 8 strings, of course. Now 8 strings, not 8 fingers, but 8 strings. So this guitar, yeah, this guitar was the one that I used on open source. You know, all the songs that I'm using 8 strings, that was the one, right? Great, great stuff. I think I forgot this one here. Yeah, the 7 strings. I also have a 7 strings, because if I feel like composing, writing something using the lower B or the 8 strings, so I need to have those guitars here. But normally I don't play that much using 7 strings. But yeah, also because of the fixed bridge, it's a great guitar to have around. So I have the cases here, so yeah. This one here, this is a Gibson SG, it's a modern SG, you know, with all the push-pulls and stuff. You know, every time I play, I play on an SG, I have this 2 things, you know. I feel like this inspiration from Tom Iommi, you know, this I visualize myself, you know, like playing all those amazing riffs. And also like my first guitar when I was a kid was a black SG as well, because of Tom Iommi, because of Angus Young, but mainly because of Tom Iommi. And yeah, so kind of brings back to those times, you know, when I was practicing, learning the first scales, the first pentatonics, learning how to, you know, make a band, and you know, learning the first chords. And yeah, so great memories. So every time I grab an SG, it just kind of takes me back to those periods, you know, it feels great. And this one is the modern one, it has 24 frets, and yeah, it's an amazing guitar, beautiful guitar. What else? I have, you know, some cases here. This one is like an AZ, you know, AZ. So this one has Seymour Duncan pickups, AZ242, right? So I'm telling you, it's a mess here. So instead of organizing the room, I'm making a mess. It's even worse now, but you know, I'm doing the video. Another one here, another AZ. So yeah, Seymour Duncans as well. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like, hey Kiko, you have too many AZs, like send one to me. And you know my answer, right? This one here. So this one was a present from Jackson. They sent me this one because back in the days I used to use a guitar called Tajima or Tajima, and I used to have 27 frets, just like this one, with this pickup configuration. So they sent me this one here. It's a beautiful guitar, amazing. I guess you'll never see me playing with this one, right? So you know why. And, all right. Yeah, this one is a Les Paul Modern. It's just like the one I was using on stage during the tour. Different color though. Yeah. The Les Paul Modern has this, you know, access here. Feels great. You know, some push pulls. Good stuff. Another one here. I know what you're thinking. Hey Kiko, I have too many Gibson. Please send one to my house. Here's my address. All right, so yeah. So this is a custom Les Paul original Floyd Rose. Yeah. Why not? You know, why not? I know some purists, they don't like that, but why not? So then you have different Les Pauls. All right, so one there, one here. Oh, this one is not, you know. So I did a video with this one, right? My square guitar that I paid like, I don't know, like 250 euros or something. So, or you use a slide, or you get tendinitis probably using this guitar. It was a fun thing to buy for doing the video. You know, at some point I try to use this. The best way to use an instrument, you know, is like to compose a song, put the song on the album, then you have to use that instrument. You know, let's see, what is this? I even don't know. It feels empty with something inside. Maybe it's a flute. I have a jammy as well. Interesting instrument, you know. And yeah. What else? More guitars there. So just a second. I have this Ibanez here with the Evertune, right? Yeah. So this guitar. I use a lot in the new Megadeth album for the rhythms because of the Evertune. Was really helpful, and the guitar sounds great as well. So another one from Ibanez. A bass here as well, you know, present from Elapstone. You know, I was using his bass on tour, and it's like, hey Kiko, I give you one. This one in an Ibanez case, but it's not an Ibanez. It's just because I don't have a case for this one. It's my first acoustic guitar when I started playing when I was 11. And I did a video about this one here already. So, I don't know if you can see, like all beat up. There's a hole here, yeah, something. Not, huh? Looks great, huh? Right? Não vou tocar não, deixa aqui. Great memories, right? Great memories. So, my first acoustic guitar. I forgot to mention, you know, like I should, you know, why not? This is like a, the brand is Di Giorgio, not the bass player, but Di Giorgio. You cannot see. You say like, oh Kiko, the focus is really bad. I cannot read, but actually, you cannot read. Yeah, you cannot read. Di Giorgio, Brazil, like those Italian families in São Paulo, Brazil, making instruments. You know, Giannini, like my first guitar. They also used to make acoustic guitars, and then they expanded, importing and manufacturing with some imported hardware. Actually, my SG from Giannini, the hardware was Japanese hardware, because back then Japanese was cheaper, and then all the wood made in Brazil. So the Giannini, Di Giorgio, and Del Vecchio, the three brands that we used to have in Brazil in the 80s. So this is the Di Giorgio, and this, I mean 80s. This acoustic guitar probably is from the, I would say from the 60s. Yeah. So this acoustic guitar from Lineu Bravo. It's like a luthier from Brazil, and so all the acoustic guitars that you hear now, the new Megadeth, the open source. So I've been using this guitar here, Lineu Bravo. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. One. Oh, that's it. I think that's good, right? All right. So guys, I don't want to make a super long video. I just want to show the instruments that I have here with me, and I mean, maybe you feel like, oh, this is too much, you know, too many guitars, but actually, you know, have, you know, acoustic guitar like 8 strings, 7 strings, Tele, the Les Paul and SG, you know, daisies, and then my signature models. You know, it's not too many. Come on. Just like the tools for my work, right? So I hope you like this video, and subscribe to the channel, and leave some, you know, your comments here, and see you in the next video. Cheers.